In the last year, I've made 2 videos ranking every single X Beyblade out at the time. And in these videos, I did my best to factor in their performance, aesthetics, availability, and of course, my own personal opinion. For this list, we're going to ignore every single part of the Beyblade, except
for its soul.
It's a little dramatic. We're actually going to be ranking every single Beyblade X chip design based on purely my subjective opinion, so please don't destroy me in the comments for my bad taste. What you should do though is hit that subscribe button because we're now over 370,000 subs, pushing towards our 400k goal. So here we go, we are beginning the list with Dran's Sword, the very first Bey to start off the entire generation. And this first placement, I think, is already going to be kind of upsetting to you guys. I'm actually going to put it in B, which I know might be crazy, but I definitely think there are better gear chips out there. And I think starting at a B I think it's pretty accurate. So starting off with a B for Dran's Sword. Now we move on to Hell Scythe, and this one's a little bit tougher. I really like this motif a lot, but it's not my favorite motif, and it's also not the best Hell series one either. I'm gonna put this one above Dran's Sword in B, but I might put it to A later. Just the flaming skull idea is just so good. Now we move on to Wizard Arrow, and it's unfortunate that I don't like the Bey that much. Like, I'm not the biggest Wizard Arrow fan, but this is gonna go in A tier. I love the shush aesthetic with the wizard effects. It's really good, and if this was on like Wizard Rod or something, it would have been perfect. Kinda sucks Wizard Arrow is just not my favorite. Then we have Night Shield, and I'm just gonna rank Night Shield and Night Lance at the same time. Night Shield is going to be a D. I just don't like this at all. I don't like the colors. I don't like the design as much. Night Lance is definitely a little bit better. I'm going to put it at the bottom of B tier. I like Night Mail more, and we'll get to Night Mail later. We're talking about a ton of Beyblades in this video, and if you want to get some for yourselves, go and check out sponsor of the channel, Mall of Toys. They have a massive library of Beys to choose from with weekly sales, and they're also holding pre-orders for the latest Beyblades, like Tricera Press with its Metal 85 Ratchet. So go and check them out, link in the description down below, and make sure to use code ilinnuc to get 5% off. Then we have Shark Edge, and this one, honestly, I'm debating putting at S tier, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna put it at the very top of A. It's really simple. You get what it's supposed to be. It's a shark. It's not overly designed. It's not too basic like some of the bit chips we'll talk about later, or gear chips we'll talk about later. It's really, really good, but I don't think it's elite enough to be at S tier. Now we have Cobalt Drake, and this one is still my favorite, like, Cobalt Drake lines gear chip. And this is going in S tier. I love the way it looks. It's really different than a lot of the other Beyblade X chips. Like, compare Cobalt Drake to even Dran's Sword or Shark Edge. It just looks really different. I also like how it's a reference to Dragoon from the plastic gen, so that's an easy S tier. Now we have Leon Claw, and this one I really wanted to like more. And I liked it at the time, maybe, but with all the gear chips that are out, I don't think it aged that well. It's super simple, it's really bland, and I'm sorry, it's gonna go in C tier. Viper Tail also, I just don't think aged that well. It just looks kind of cartoony, kind of boring, and I'm also gonna put it in D tier. It's not bad, like, it's not horrible. I don't hate it, but I like most chips more. Now we have Rhino Horn, and this one's good. I like it. It's a little bit more detailed. It's not as cartoony, I think. I'm going to put it in B tier. You know, I like the Rhino look. I like the purple and gray color scheme a lot. It's somewhat unique compared to the blues and reds we normally have. It's not the best Rhino motif, but I like it. I think B tier is good. Dran Dagger. Dran Dagger, I'm just not a fan of, okay? So I'm going to rip the Band-Aid off. This is going to go at the top of C. The reason why was the nose, okay? Like the sharp edge on the nose, I don't know if it's supposed to just be like a flame effect, but it just kind of makes him look like Pinocchio, okay? The nose ruins it for me. I think it's the worst Dran motif by far, so it's top of C tier. I definitely like the Hell's Chain motif a lot more, and it released at the same time as Dran Dagger, and it's the same kind of sideways aesthetic. Just the flaming skull motif does a lot of the heavy lifting, and I don't think I like it as much as Hell's Scythe, but it's close. I think I'm going to put it right next to it for right now. Phoenix Feather. This one I like. It's not really the most amazing picture on this tier list website. It's a little bit washed out here, but it's obvious that Feather is supposed to be worse looking. It's supposed to be more bland than Phoenix Wing, so it's kind of holding back a little bit. I'm going to be putting it at the very... This is tough. I like it. I'm going to be putting it at the very bottom of B tier, though. Then we have Phoenix Wing, and this one is an easy S tier, and maybe I'm overrating this one, but I think that, you know, a few years from now, we're going to be a few more seasons deep into Beyblade X. Maybe we'll be in a new generation at that point, but I think that Phoenix Wing, the whole Bay even, but especially the motif, is just going to be remembered, okay? We're going to remember this motif design, and I think Leon Claw or even Night Shield isn't as memorable. So I think Phoenix Wing is an easy S tier. And this is going to be a bit of a whiplash moment because we're going to be putting Wyvern Gale at the bottom of D. I don't really like the side view, just the perfectly sideways motifs a lot of the time. And this green and red mix, it's just not my favorite. It's just really basic. I'm just not a fan, so I'm a bit of a hater. I will say I'm a bit of a hater on Wyvern Gale. I'm just not a Wyvern Gale fan, and the chip design is one of my least favorite. Unicorn Sting, I like this one. It's definitely kind of chill. It's also in the first few months of Beyblade X, so if they ever made a CX or even a UX upgrade to Unicorn, I think it would look a lot cooler. But this, I think, fits in B tier. And I know a lot of the stuff is going in B, but I think that's a fair placement for it. Sphinx Cowl. This one's just not good. Like, I will stand by that. I don't think it's a hot take. Compare this to Wizard Arrow or even Shark Edge, or especially the S tier bays like Phoenix Wing. Can you really say Sphinx Cowl is that high up? This is gonna go actually below Wyvern Gale. Dran Buster is easily one of my favorite X bays for the entire generation. I don't use it that much anymore. I think it's been kind of outclassed by some better attack bays out there with better stamina. But even all of that aside, the gear chip motif is still my favorite Dran chip so far. It's definitely better than, you know, Dran Sword, Dran Dagger, and Dran Brave, which we'll talk about here in a little bit, is kind of simple. So you know what? We're going to be putting Dran Buster right at the top of S tier. It's really good. The glowing, like, open mouth flame does so much. It's amazing. Definitely S tier. Hell's Hammer, I'm just not as big of a fan of. It definitely is really odd in comparison to the other Hell's motifs. Like, look at Hell's Scythe and look at Hell's Chain right next to it. And then you look at Hell's Hammer and the design is just completely different. And I think it's a little bit more boring. I'm going to put it above Dagger, but I think it's a C tier. Wizard Rod, I think, looks pretty good. I don't like it as much as Wizard Arrow. I'm going to be putting it towards the top of B tier. I like all of the wizard chips, I think look really, really good. And this one, not as good as Wizard Arrow, so towards the top of B. Tyrano Beat. This one I think is going to get a lot of negativity because I like the bay a lot and I like the Tyrano like drawing here, but having it be a sideways view makes it really boring. So I'm gonna have to put it in C tier. I'm gonna put it above Dagger, but I think Dagger is better, but I like the Tyrano Beat one more. So I think it's at the top of C. It's not even the best Tyrano chip, and we'll talk about that one in a little bit. Then we have Knife Shinobi, or Shinobi Shadow, and this one's good. I don't love it because it's kind of bland. Like the big old like forehead is just kind of boring. I'm gonna put it towards the very bottom. I'm gonna put it above Feather because it's good. You know, this one's tough. I actually don't know. Yeah, I think that's good. I think it's good. B tier is getting a little full. I think I need to start being a little crazier with my rankings. Next up, we have Vice Tiger, and I initially was not a big fan of it, but it's really grown on me. This is gonna be crazy. I know a lot of you are gonna put it in like D or C, but I think it's an A tier chip. It's kind of similar to Shark Edge in that it's really simple, but it gives you all that you need, okay? And I like it. A tier is a bit crazy though, but I'm sticking with it. Now we have Cobalt Dragoon, and this one is really, really good. I don't like it as much as Cobalt Drake, but I think it's still top tier, which means it's going to be going at the very top of A tier. It's close to Cobalt Drake, but I just like the Drake like snarl, like the hand grip aesthetic. I love that a lot. Dragoon though, definitely A tier. I like the way it looks. Black Shell, I'm just not the biggest fan of. It's supposed to be, you know, a callback to Drasil from the Plastic Gin, but they chose a really bland pose for a turtle. Like, it just kind of looks like an edgy turtle with red eyes, and I feel like they could have done a little bit more. I don't hate it, but I just can't put it in B tier, so I'm gonna be putting it in C. I'm gonna put it like right here. I think it's just kind of boring. It just doesn't have a lot of pizzazz to it, I guess. And then we have Aero Pegasus, and this is another one where my own personal opinion really pushes the needle here, and it's gonna push the bay into S tier. I'm actually gonna put it above Dran Buster. I think this is another one of those really classic and going to be really memorable chip designs. I think it looks really good. I will say, I think the color and Aero Pegasus being a really good bay is kind of making me biased here, but come on, I think it sits really nicely at S tier. The feather design, the color scheme, you have the kind of face bolt diamond behind the actual Pegasus. It just looks really, really good. Now we have Leon Crest, and this is going to be another gear chip that is in B tier. I'm actually going to put it right there. I like it. I don't love it. I think they could have done a little bit more. I think it's a little bit cartoony, just like the original Leon Claw was. Or Leon Claw's biggest issue was that it was kind of bland. And now with Crest, it's kind of just cartoonish. Phoenix Rudder, I definitely like. I don't like it nearly as much as Phoenix Wing. And also Phoenix Rudder is kind of a forgotten about bay at this point. I don't think it's talked about nearly that much. Just the side view, I'm not as big of a fan of. And so it is really good though. It is a really well designed chip. I just don't like it as much as Phoenix Wing, but I do like it more than Phoenix Feather. So I'm going to put it at the very bottom of A tier, but I might move it to B later. Whale Wave, this is an A tier. I think it's unique. It's a whale. Silver Wolf. This is going to be a one that I think is going to trigger some people. And I think that Silver Wolf is B tier. I would put it probably right there. I don't know. For some reason, especially whenever I first got the bay, I was just not the biggest fan of the design. I feel like they could have done something a little bit more special, like maybe more of a Dran Buster aesthetic with like an open mouth snarl, but that would have been really similar to Vice Tiger. So I think this is just a bad take from me, but I just gotta put it in B tier. Samurai Saber, though, is definitely an A tier. I think I'm gonna put it above Wizard Arrow, but below Shark Edge. The color scheme of the purple and green is really unique, and it's a really detailed, like, samurai helmet, so I love the way it looks, so that's an easy A tier. Nightmail, I think, is another A tier, which is surprising. I know, I am not a Night fan for the most part, but they really cooked with this design. I think it looks really, really good. This is an easy A tier. It's gonna go above Vice Tiger for sure. Probably below Arrow, but I'm just biased to this. Like, compare Nightmail to Dran Buster, and they have the same sort of diagonal coming out at you. It's more action oriented, I guess. I really like it. I really wanted to like Garuda, but it's just become really bland to me, and I'm gonna be putting it at the kind of the bottom of C tier. I really don't like this open white space. It's also supposed to be inspired off of Dronzer, and this sort of artsy, cute looking bird design does not look like Dronzer to me at all. They could have done a little bit more to make it look better. I don't know. It's a C tier, but what do you guys think? Knife Shinobi, I think, looks good. I actually think it looks better than Shinobi Shadow. I'm actually going to put it right about here. I like the Takara Tomy one. Not the biggest fan of the Hasbro version, but the Takara Tomy one, I think it looks pretty good. I also like the kind of the finger too. Whatever. Impact Drake, this looks good, okay? This is a good chip, but it is not my favorite Drake. It's actually, I think, my least favorite, or no, my second least favorite Drake. And because of that, I'm gonna put it at the very bottom of A tier. It's almost B tier, but I think putting it in B would be criminal. So I'm gonna put it at the bottom of A. I like the dragon design, I love the color scheme, but I think Cobalt Dragoon looks better, and especially Cobalt Drake looks quite a bit better, in my opinion, so I think bottom of A is fine. Now this ranking is going to be another that I think is going to drive some of you crazy, and that is for Ghost Circle, and I love this motif. This is crazy doing it, but this is S tier. This is an S tier motif. I don't know why people rank it so low. The white and pink and blue looks really, really good. This sort of funny ghost is really unique. Like, we don't see many motifs like that. I don't think we got one for Beyblade Burst. I don't think we got one like this for Metal Fights, and it really reminds me of Polta from the Plastic Gen. So Ghost Circle is not an amazing bay, but I think it's a really good motif. So S tier. Golem is also pretty good. I think the fist look is really sick. I'm gonna put this in A tier. It's gonna be above Vice, but below Nightmail. This one, I think I'm ranking a little bit too high, but I think it's just a unique looking design. Shelter is boring, okay? I'm sorry. Shelter is gonna go in C tier. We're gonna put it like right here. It's similar to Dran Dagger and Tyrano Beat, where I think they could have done more. The drawing of the dragon is really good. It looks solid, but it's just kind of boring. Dran Brave. Now, this one is supposed to look very similar to Dran Sword, but I think they made it look too similar. Like, it's the same drawing, pretty much. It just has some more flames, I guess. So it's better, but I can't say it's better by much. So we're going to put it... Oh, we're going to put it there. We're going to put it just under Hell Scythe, which is crazy to think about, I know, but I think it fits there. Wizard Arc or Arc Wizard. This is another really good wizard chip. Is it as good as Wizard Arrow? No. Is it better than Wizard Rod? I think so. So I'm going to be putting it at the top of B tier, not quite A tier, but I think it fits. Perseus Dark is a really great idea. It's a callback directly to Perseus, Gravity Perseus from the Metal Fight generation, and they did a good job. Like, the helmet design is almost one-to-one, but it's a little bit cartoony. Like, it kind of gives the same energy as Sphinx Cowl or Wyvern Gale, or they could have done a little bit more, maybe. I might be a little bit harsh on it. I like the idea of it way more than I like the design. I'm gonna put it in C tier. I think right about there is fine. Then we have Hell's Reaper, and this is another one that I think I'm overrating, but I'm gonna put this in S. It's a very similar idea to Hell's Scythe, but I like the design more. I like the art style more. The yellow flames, I think, pop a little bit more from above. And kind of unrelated, but I want this design as like a sticker or even like a patch or something. I think it's an easy S tier. Then we have Rhino Reaper, and this is barely its own Beyblade. Like, it came in the same random booster set as Hell's Reaper, and it has the same parts, sort of. Like, it shares the Reaper part. But it does have its own lock chip, and it does look really good. I think it looks better than the Rhino Horn one for sure. And I'm actually gonna put it in A tier. Like, I probably won't ever use it. It's not, you know, it wouldn't really fit my combos, but it's a really well-made chip. And all of the Rhino fans out there, y'all are eating really well. Great design. Scorpio, I like. I'm a little confused on where to put it. I like the color scheme a lot, like the purple, red, and gold. I like the Scorpio kind of aesthetic. I like that motif idea. I personally like it more than Golem, but if you wanted to put it in B tier or even C tier, I would understand. I like Scorpio a lot, so it's an A, but I don't even feel confident with that. Foxbrush is the easiest S ranking in my entire life. I'm sorry, this going above all of the other chip designs, like literally being the #1 on my list, is still kind of crazy to me. But I talked about it in my Foxbrush unboxing video, okay? This is my favorite chip design. It looks amazing. I love the colors. I like the art style. It's simple without being too bland, and it's intricate without being too much. So I just think it looks really good. All of my CX combos, I'm gonna really try and force them to use this chip or one of the other color schemes for it, but Fox is just amazing. I don't know why I like it so much, but it's top tier. It is the best gear chip in my opinion. And now we move on to some of the more bland kind of ones I just don't really care about that much. Tricera Press, I'm gonna put this in D tier. I really don't like this chip at all. It's really, really boring. It's similar to Tyrano Beat, where they could have made it look better, but they didn't, and it's just very cartoony. Then we have all of the Hasbro exclusive chips, and some of these aren't exclusives anymore, and some of them we've already ranked, I think. Mammoth, we're gonna go ahead and put in C tier. I think it looks fine, it's just kind of boring. Samurai, we're gonna put at the bottom of B. Tricera, I like the Takara Tomy one more. So I'm going to rank it based off of Takara Tomy, and that one's going to go, I think, right about there in B. Roar Tyrano is a legitimately fantastic chip design. I really wish they would have done something like this for Tyrano Beats. You see more of the dinosaur. It looks a little bit more like edgy, I think, but I don't love the cartoonish bright blue, and I think Takara Tomy with their own color scheme really could have worked some magic here. I'm gonna put this at the bottom of A. Bear Scratch is another one that is no longer a Hasbro exclusive, but I actually like the Hasbro one more. I'm going to be putting this at the bottom of B tier. I think it's fine here. I don't love it, but I actually like the crazy color scheme for this one. Croc I definitely like, but again, I wish it wasn't so cartoonishly colorful, but I think it could be an A or B tier, but I'm actually going to put it, I'm going to put it in B. I'll put it right next to Bear. I think it fits. Yell Kong is one I'm just not a big fan of at all. It's very sports team, almost like an introductory esports team. I'm actually going to put this in D. I think it goes right next to some of the worst ones. Then we have Gill Shark. It's a remix of Shelter Drake, and I actually like it more than Shelter Drake. This might be kind of crazy. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I'm going to put it at the bottom of B tier. I definitely like, Shark Edge a lot more. It's not even close. I think the pinkish color scheme's a little boring, I guess. But bottom of B tier. It's not bad. But that is going to wrap up the official chip tier list. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and which of my takes you guys think is crazy. I know Ghost Circle in S tier might be a little wild. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Hit that like and subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one. Have fun, and bay away.